Hey, hey, hey! Hola, hola!
I'll give you a hug, man.
Of course, long time, dude. Markus! And don't forget the lovely Carmina in the house tonight. Oh yeah, Carmina, turn it up. DJ Carmina!
What you gonna say now?
I'm waiting for someone to say that because it's hard to be bubbly. Others crack it up. Let's go! Maestro, ¿qué dices? Nice.
What are we talking about?
What were we talking
Where are we?
Where we?
What is my name?
Exactly. We just had a mini concert.
What just
with
happened?
Carmina. She started DJing. We're like, DJ, oh god. Yeah, I've been on a good amount this year.
Oh, really? Have you?
Living that life.
Yeah. We just live in that life. Crap, what were we talking about? Wow, we're like 2 hours in.
I'm really enjoying the breaks.
Dude, the breaks are great. no, like 100%. Like doing all these music breaks, like is making me think, how does Rogan and these podcasters do it with no breaks?
Yeah.
Sometimes you'll see some podcasters do, but like you really the breaks make
The breaks
so
are
much
fun.
sense.
The breaks are good. Keep them up. Keep them up. The podcast is good too.
The breaks.
Don't understand this the wrong way, please.
Yeah. Breaks are good. Breaks are fun.
Something super fun that people don't know about Markus. He's an introvert, like 99%.
Like
And
80%.
Oh.
yeah, and because he developed his skill of communication so much at this point of being a sales coach.
Yeah.
He's really forcing the machine, and it really takes a lot of his energy, because he's super introvert, he's real himself, right? So this is just a proof that we can.
Sometimes
all
I
do.
just like to sit by myself alone in the bathroom for like hours.
It's curled up.
So
No, but it's true,
that's
yeah.
a completely different thing from Riley, right? Because you see him on Instagram, he's amazing. I'm a fan of the stories.
Gracias.
But it's a different thing if you meet this guy in person. He triple, quadruple like his energy, and it's just like intense, an amazing vibe, and it's like intense. He just transmitted like boom.
Bring up the energy. Yeah, that's what I was just like, being a DJ is just perfect for me, because like when I DJ, like that's why I'm trying to come up with a tagline, but that's what I call it, turn up hour. Like, are you sure you want me to play like your little party? You guys are just chilling, because like I turn that shit up. My hour is turn up hour.
Hold my
We're
beer.
going. But that's the style of music that I've always been into, like crunk music when it was like a thing, like American Southern hip hop. High intense, like Lil Jon. Everyone knows Lil Jon. Like I grew up idolizing, like obsession with Lil Jon. And so, anyways, yeah, just so you guys know a thing about me. They're like, okay, what the fuck is that? No, but yeah, I do. Not only am I music head, love music, but I happen to like music with a lot of energy. But to go back to the introvert thing, my whole life as introvert. My whole life is introvert, 100%. Until door-to-door sales broke me out of that shell a little
Gave
bit.
you a chance to
But door-to-door sales cracked that up a bit, broke me out of the shell a bit, because it just increases your communication skills, right?
Yeah.
And a lot about being an introvert is like maybe you're not the best communicator or speaker or talker.
What I think as well is like a lot of if you feel that you're more introverted, you're watching this right now, some people think there's something wrong with this, right? That there's something wrong with being an introvert, and they want to be more extroverted, right? But I don't think that there's anything wrong with that. As long as you know that for yourself, okay, you can. It's a skill. You can work on it, force yourself, go out there more, right? The fun fact is, like, if you go to a party, something like that, guess what? Most of the people you find there are extroverts. They just love that environment. It gives them energy, right? Someone like me, if I go to a party, like I really enjoy going there, of course, with people that I want to go there or anything like that. But if I just go there, it drains me energy. If I don't find someone that I can at least like have a conversation with every now and then, you know, that I can feed off energy.
Yeah.
It's like it's just like very draining for me. I enjoy like having like proper conversations. For example, this what we do here right now. This is something that I enjoy doing that. Right.
And the breaks as well.
The breaks are fun. Here's the thing. The breaks are fun.
over
right?
over
The breaks are fun.
podcast.
Right.
Over at Living Alley Podcast, we have the best breaks.
Like really the best breaks.
So if you know someone who wants to come on, that you know, just let them know we have the best breaks. You know, they're gonna love them. I bring the entertainment.
How can you not? Yeah.
You know, it's a mini DJ set every break. I'm gonna hire Oliver to be the 5-minute sets. Okay, 5-minute break. Oliver, bring it away. Okay. Bring some dancers out. Like, oh, okay, you want to fill off on the breaks. When the camera's on, no, we hide all that shit. There's no fun. That is fun. Yeah, it's
like, fun fact is Carmina's like the exact opposite from me.
Yeah.
So she's like super extroverted. You know, she's laughing right now. You know,
that's why I'm here. Like, I don't know how to do this shit, but I would love to.
Yeah.
So we're complimenting each other very, very well.
Yeah, that'd be great. You know, we got DJ Carmina, and then Markus can be, you know, the dancer,
the background dancer.
Oh, no, you're gonna just be the MC. You know, you're just like, what's up,
the
Changu?
Producer. I do your marketing, babe. Yeah. We're gonna get you out there. We're gonna make you a name.
What's up?
He's watching the live from his room. You're doing great.
Oh yeah. He's like, go girl, go
control
honey.
room. All right, our camera's on. It's
rock
good.
the crowd.
Go for it, girl.
No, so I was an introvert my whole life, and then door-to-door sales broke it open, and then YouTube exploded it open. Like, because once you get comfortable speaking in front of the camera, and then it goes from there. But then also the going out thing, it's obviously once you have a strong group of friends in some nomad destination, which is a big thing, you know, when you go to a new place, a new location as a remote worker, how are you gonna meet your friends? And so the rule of thumb I have always experienced is at about month 2, then we meet our group, then we're in our group of friends. Always around about 2 months if it's a new place and obviously you don't know anyone. And then it's an upward spiral from there. When you're going out with your friends, then your friends know friends, and then you meet their friends, and then it's an upward spiral from there of increasing your network in a place, and which is basically happened in Phuket, this last year. And so now it's like, boom, now there's a whole fucking, Phuket, crew, and you have so many friends, which is a big part of life. They say, travel is all about the people. Life is all about the people. And so a lot of our decisions are based on the people. Like, I have all these friends. Am I going to go to Mexico City like we were talking about before? Well, the more friends you have, the more birthday parties are going to be on your calendar, the more events you're going to be invited to, the more DJ friends that you're going to have that's on the calendar. It's like, I got to go to fucking, Magic Paradise because he's playing, because he got invited, and then you get invited to so many things.
Some support.
I got to go to Circo Loco. But, and so that would be a great excuse for Mexico City guys, throwing it out there to the universe. Tell me about it. We haven't even talked about that yet.
About what, Mexico?
What's the Mexico City pitch? What is it? Is it like
Mexico City is like I would say it's a big city, man. It's like New York City.
Yeah.
So you can find everything there: rooftops, restaurants, bars. You can move around very easily.
Bubbles as well.
Bubbles. Talk a lot
Bubbles?
about bubbles, like you being in a bubble.
Like if you don't want to.
Oh yeah, like any city,
Yeah, if you just want to get your head down and work, you can just do that there very well.
But it's a big city. So
if you want to learn Spanish, go to Mexico, learn it there.
Cool. And so, like, if you're working in that hemisphere of the world, and you want to do remote closing, that's a big factor. Maybe we should talk about that. So we have, Mexico / Latin America / North America.
Yep.
If you want to be closing offers for an American, offer, versus if you're going to be in Asia closing deals for an American offer now. So my take on this, I do sales calls for my own agency, so I'm basically doing the same. Every 1 or 2 calls a night, let's just call it a handful of calls a week of inbound calls per week for my own agency. I close them and it's my retain a client, right? So I'm basically I do high ticket sales for our agency, high ticket service. I take those calls. My calendar is open from basically 10 p.m. to 1 a.m., which is like 9 a.m. to 12 noon in the States.
Yep.
But I've always been a night owl, so that's when I actually work anyway.
You're night owl.
Before
I didn't know that, man.
Really?
I thought you were like morning, kind of more of a morning person.
Why? No. I've always been a night owl. Even before I did client calls, when I'm just working on my own FBA business, I would do just 24-hour cafes, dude.
The old Starbucks picture, stories or picture of you like still grinding the Starbucks. It was like 2 a.m. or 3 a.m.
Oh yeah.
From back then,
I would always find the 24-hour Starbucks in Bangkok and 24-hour. In college, I got my degree basically from staying in the library till 2 a.m. I've never been a morning person, so it's fine with me. But if that's not fine with you, then that's a big thing to consider.
Yeah, for me it's not fine.
Yeah.
And it's like I'm waking up like very early because I really need to sleep at night.
Okay.
But I do have now my team who is helping me in that time zone, right?
If you have students in that time zone that you need calls with, like
in the States.
In the States, yeah.
So I do have my team who is helping me at that times, but it's for me it's not okay. But that's why I'm considering like it's Thailand or Asia where I'm the most productive.
Yeah.
And it's not, right?
Yeah.
So probably like this will be like next year, like it was enough like for this time zone. It's time to go a little bit to the Latino, so we can,
go back
hit
to
the gas.
Go back to Mexico.
More.
Yeah, because most of your clients are.
I mean, for the clients, like if you want to do remote closing, not in the sense like I think you were talking about being a morning person and all of that, right?
Exactly.
So Carmina's a super morning person. I'm a night owl. I went to bed yesterday at like 5 a.m.
Oh, okay.
So I was working the entire day.
Me too. I went to bed. I crashed at 4:30 last night.
And for me, it's like it's cool. Like I don't mind.
Yeah.
You know, even if I'm in Latin America, I'm often like at bed like at 2-3 a.m. or something like this, right?
Yeah.
But in terms of closing and closing calls, it doesn't really matter because there are businesses, influencers out there who want specifically, they're looking for people in the Asian time zone. We just now announced one position in our community.
Oh yeah, true, because they have inbound calls from Europeans, and that's fine.
They just want to want to be able to offer appointments 24/7. So all the way around. So they're working with closers in the US, they're working with closers in Europe, and they're working with closers in Asia / Australia / New Zealand. You know, so these opportunities are out there.
Right.
But you need to go out if you're just starting out as a closer and you're the only one in the team of that company, then you might want to adjust more to their schedule. But if it's a bigger company, a bigger influencer, they want to cover almost 24/7, so that's the perfect chance if you want to take calls, inbound calls, closing calls in the Asian time zone, to just come in and do the Asian time zone. So
there's a lot of people who is reach out to you asking for people in
Asia specifically. Yes, so that's not like if you want to do that, you can do that. But if you're just getting started and you have like zero experience, I would, like I always say, hey, don't be like entitled. Okay, like first, do whatever it takes. Okay,
Yeah.
If you have a good opportunity and you need to stay up until like 3 a.m., okay, do it. You might as well change your life.
Just adjust your schedule. Yeah, it's gonna change your fucking life. Yeah.
You don't have to do that until the rest of your life. You do it for a couple of months and then you find something that really works for you, but at least you then have the experience under your belt. You already generated an income. You're more independent, and then you can switch to something that works better for you, right?
Yep.
Or you have the possibility to work from anywhere in the world, and then you say, okay, I'm going to travel America. I want to go to Rio. Like Medellin is amazing.
Yeah.
Mexico is amazing. There's a lot of beautiful places also in the other part of the world, right? So you have the freedom to do what you want, when you want, with the people you want. So that's living that life.
That's it. That's the philosophy.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
About it, you can. If that doesn't work for you.
Yeah, if you want to be in this time zone, go down to Rio What city are you from? You're from Rio. You're from Rio.
Rio.
Shout out Rio de Janeiro. Have you been?
No, I want to go.
Man,
Like
I really
Carmina
wanna
as
go.
well. It's on our list.
Yeah.
We just were talking about before the interview, before the podcast, about the carnival. It's in February, I think. Yeah, end of February. So yeah, it's gonna be on the list.
Vamos juntos.
Let's go.
Vamos.
Vamos.
Yeah,
Vamos,
you have
vamos.
an excuse now. You're looking for excuses
I
that
know.
you have.
Okay, keep reminding me so I can.
Let's
no,
check
this
the
is how-
follow-up
this is how I
game.
do it. This is how
I will put you in my system right now. follow up.
Okay, great. Yeah, give me your
Spreadsheet.
script. Okay, let's go
Right,
ahead and get
Bennett.
you in the system. Would you like a PayPal or credit card? And which email should I send the invoice to? Okay, great. So go ahead and check that right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
I will put my assistant to send you a
Hey
message every
Siri,
week.
please do a reminder for me in January to remind Riley
Yeah.
to come to Rio.
With us for the biggest party.
On it.
Oh!
All right. She's on it.
Wow. I do Siri all the time, but I don't have the Hey Siri turned on.
Something's wrong. Please try again.
Yo, you're not
Yeah.
Siri.
All right, so that didn't work.
You're a copycat. What are you doing in Marcus's phone?
Yeah,
Are you
that-
trying
that
to
didn't
impersonate
work.
him?
Oh my
Dude,
God.
they hacked your phone.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Wow. I've never heard anyone with a man's voice in there.
On Siri?
Yeah. I know you can.
I know.
It's always the first time.
Yeah, always the first time. Never
my
try,
God.
never know.
Zero.
To summarize my point that I was curious about, time zones with remote closing. At the end of the day, it's a non-issue. You can find an offer that fits your schedule.
Yeah.
It's a non-issue.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. Plenty of things to close.
It's an international market, so
Yeah.
that's a beautiful thing about not doing sales in person. When you're doing sales in person, most of the time you are depending on how many leads do you have in a day, or maybe just one shot, 2 shots.
Yeah.
But when you do it like remotely, it just expands because you have the entire world.
Yeah.
that
It's
you
unlimited.
Like, if you want to have 10 calls a day, you have 10 calls a day. If you want to have less, like, you are your own boss. You decide. You open your calendar, right? The same way that you do it right now.
Yeah, you just
open from
block
10
out
to
however
1.
many chunks. And I was gonna ask this question: what is the typical call slot? Is it 30 minutes?
Yeah, like 30, 45 minutes.
30 to 45.
Yeah, and then usually what I like to do is just to have a 15-minute buffer
Yeah.
and Calendly, like in the scheduling software, so that
Yeah.
if you take longer, or let's say the payment doesn't go through, or they need to go and move something, or go and
Yeah.
find a card, or whatever it might be, that you just have some extra space before the next call.
So it's a 45-minute event.
45
I've
minutes.
been, yeah.
Yeah,
I'm gonna switch to that. I've done an hour. I've done 30. I'm gonna sweet spot 45 minutes. 'Cause that way you can go up to an hour,
Mhm.
or you can cut it at 30 minutes. It's fine. Sometimes you need to cut it quicker. Sometimes you need to go longer, but that's very interesting. And then for your kind of students, how many are doing 10 calls a day? And is that like a lot, or do some people do more? 20,
Yeah,
50,
10 calls
20?
a day is you already like.
Your brain is drained.
Depends on your personality type, right? If you get energy from talking with people, then you'll be fired up. If it
Yeah.
drains your energy, then you will be your mind will be like smoking, right?
Yeah.
But again, you don't have to take like 10 calls.
Well,
You can just do
what's
like
like a
4. You can do 3 calls, right? And sometimes I even suggest that to some of my students to just take less calls, because here's the thing: if you have like back-to-back calls, and then you feel super drained, you will not be able to perform as well. So you might
Yeah.
talk to someone that is a good opportunity, but then you kind of screw it up because you mentally drained already. You're not
Yeah.
listening as well anymore, et cetera, right? And also going back to the introvert thing, I actually believe it's a plus if you're more on the introverted side going into sales or closing. And the reason for that is because usually you're better listener. So you
if
listen.
you're an introvert.
If you're more on the introverted
you're
side.
you're less prone to just like chime in, like be a chatty Cathy and just be like, no, I want to talk. Yeah.
Exactly. So it's an advantage. Yeah.
Yeah. It's more about to describe, modern selling. It's about being a doctor,
Yeah. Exactly.
talking 75% of the time. I mean, listening.
Listening.
75% of the time.
Yes.
Listening to
Exactly.
their problems, letting them do the talk. Yours, okay, and then answering smart follow-up questions that help them go deeper into what their specific issues and questions are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
That's
So
it.
it is really just about listening and asking the right questions to help the other person come to their own conclusion. So if you tell me you're overweight and you tried everything, et cetera, or you tell me, hey, I don't have time to work out, like, what are you really saying? You don't have time to work out. Like, you're telling me it's not a priority for you right now. Isn't that what you're telling me? So it is kind of, you have to confront the elephant in the room at times. And it usually backfires if you're just trying to tell someone directly what you think. So you should be working out.
It's a question.
Because we don't like that people tell us what we like. We just directly say no. Like, who are you to tell me what I have to do? So you have to go the extra mile in the calling. That's a learnable skill. It's closing, right? So you have to ask a question to that person, or maybe two in combination, to help them come to their own conclusion, so that they feel it was their idea. Because if you don't do that, they won't, like, you will not help them. And I believe as a closer, it's your moral obligation to help someone to make the right decision for themselves. And you will not be able to do that if you just tell someone what to do. You have to ask them questions and guide them and help them to come to their own conclusion that this is the best thing they can do.
Right. Exactly. So exactly. So is it a priority for you right now? Is it, boom, and they're gonna say, is working out a priority? Oh.
For how long is that going on already?
Yeah, right.
That you are in this situation. For this and this and that. Okay. And do you feel this is getting better or worse over time? No, it's definitely not going to get better. Okay. So, I mean, how much longer can you take this before you kind of break down? And then what about your kids? What about your wife? What other areas in your life will be affected of you not fixing this? Right? So it's like these types of questions, you have to ask someone to provide them clarity on what they actually want, and also help them to take the ownership. So because if someone says, okay, that makes sense, and I really see now, I have the clarity, I want to change my life, I want to do this, they will go through the mentoring program or whatever the offer is, if it's like a done with you or something like that, or a course or something where they have to be, it's not a done for you, but where they have to put in action. They will put in a lot more work if it was their idea to do this than if you're trying to hard sell someone or push someone into something, right? So this backfires in the students not getting results, and it's just you're not helping anyone at the end of the day.
It's always better when it comes from them.
Exactly, from the horse's mouth, so to say.
And, quote unquote, sales is just communication. Life is communication. Same sort of things you use in conversations with your friends or your wife. If you're trying to,
dude, if you like
get something, you would ask your wife questions like,
dating,
to make it come up, to make her come up with the idea. With dating life, it's everything. It's the same.
Like if you're a good closer, you're very good at dating.
Because it's just communication. Because you know how to go the next step in the conversation, to
like future pacing, like laying out the steps. You're already like thinking 1 or 2 steps ahead. So it's all like, it's the same skill set.
Which is comunicación. Sí. Wow. I think we might be like at 3 hours.
We may be hitting the wall.
Wow. We might be hitting a wall here.
Yes. Somos están hitting a wall.
I'm really curious who's going to be watching that entire interview. If you, I think a lot of motherfuckers. Like there's so many. A lot of people are. TikTok dopamine generation.
Nah, but
they're gonna tune out before.
But the podcasters are, that's why a lot of motherfuckers, follow me. And so if you watch to the end, comment, say, yo, I watched to the end, and then let me know like what type of topics you want to hear about more. Obviously, subscribe to Marcus's channel. Carmina, should they follow you? Like on are you just?
It's okay. Follow Marcus for now.
Follow Marcus.
Carmina pa.
Power couple right here.
You will find her too.
You will find me there.
You'll find her.
Crushing it. DJ Carmina, take him to town. When the lights go down. Thank you, everybody.